Alright, so the air pressure requirement for this tire is 30 psi. Now I'm told that I can run them at considerably lower than 30 psi, but I'm going to set this for 30 psi. So now we're going to air up these tires using this nifty little gadget that you might have seen advertised on TV. Let's see here. Come on. Okay. Took forever to get that on there. Okay. I can probably safely run it at 22, but I want it at 30. Why? Because the greater the PSI is on these fat tires, the better the life of the battery, this thing, will be. And I need to take this because I need to take this to a bike shop because the brakes are squeaking. It's a disc brake, and I'm pretty sure that just the same as a car, when it starts to squeak, that means it needs to be serviced. So we're going to sit here and air this tire up to 30 psi. And this is a cool little device. An air compressor about the size of an old-fashioned brick phone. Sooner or later it'll be the size of an MP3 player. And they'll fit directly on the tire. It's reasonably fast and quite powerful. And there's about a dozen different varieties of these on the market. I don't even know what manufacturer this particular one is. It's just the one that was the least expensive on Amazon.com. .5 and 30 psi. Another reason I like to run these at their rated air pressure instead of at a lower air pressure is that when the tire is fully inflated, it's less vulnerable to punctures that could cause a slow leak. Okay, where's the spigot for this one? There it is. It's not really a spigot, it's an air valve. Alright. Let's see how much drum I have to go through to get this on. Hopefully not. The rear tire was at 22, the front tire was at 25. Having them both fully inflated. Now, when they're partially inflated, they do absorb shock that then doesn't get transferred to me. But this bicycle also has a front hydraulic shock. Back doesn't. So there's nothing to stop the shock from getting transferred straight up the seat pole and straight up into my seat. But on the front end I got the shock, and on the back end I got my knees. Because when I know that I've got shocks coming up, I can just stand up a little bit on the pedals and let my knees take the shock. Come off. There we go. Alright. I'm going to put that back on. Alrighty. Turn that light off. I don't know why this never occurred to me before, but I think I can use the bicycle's light, or the headset battery's light, to tell me which way the camera's pointed. So, and now the camera's pointed down just a little bit. Oh, there we go. And that looks like it's almost level with my line of sight. And that's what I want. Really? Well, I'll go, I'm going. Give me a minute. There we go. Alright. So now, I'm going to ride to a bicycle shop that's about 12 miles away, where I have scheduled this morning at 10 o'clock to have my brakes repaired. And I think it's about 8:15 right now. It shouldn't take me but about an hour to get up there. Now I'm going to be traveling most of the time at about 20 miles an hour. But then I've got to stop and wait for traffic and stuff like that, so I figure maybe an hour and a half at the most. I do want to stop and run an experiment, because this will take up a significant amount of my battery power going 12 miles. The battery is supposed to have a range of 40 miles, but considering my weight, its range is a little bit less than that. Probably more like about 30. I'm a heavy guy. And it's one of the reasons I wanted a fat tire bike. Because fat tires take up a little bit of the shock for us heavy guys. I've got a mask that I could be wearing, but I don't think it's going to be necessary. I'm always cold on these cold days. It's really not all that cold. It's just about, it's right about freezing, I guess, somewhere around 30 degrees. And I'm always cold when I get started riding, but my blood will get up pretty quick and my body temperature will go up. And at that point, 30 degrees becomes excellent riding weather for me. I tend to run hotter than the average bear anyway. No traffic. Okay, on to the canal towpath. Now, one of my previous videos also started with the canal towpath, so I may only show enough of this video to establish the canal towpath, because what I'm going to do, which I haven't done with the head-mounted camera before, as I've only recently gotten it, is ride up the Monon, north on the Monon, up to Carmel, which is a suburb on the north side of Indianapolis, and it's the ritzy suburb. And I like to go there. I like to go to the shop. I like to go there to busk. And there's the only bicycle shop located located on a trail that I can ride to that services any type of electric bike, and that's a place called Future Velo up in Carmel. I've never been there, but I'm going to go there for the first time now. I've talked to the guy on the phone. He told me I have a window from 12 to 11, or from 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock to get my brakes repaired, and he'll also oil the chain and check the spokes. And while I'm there, he's also agreed to take the battery off so I can put it on the battery charger, so I can, while he's working on the bike, I can recharge the battery for the ride back home. Go with the face mask and everything. Got my mountain climbing gloves. I love these things. They keep my hands nice and toasty even when it's really cold. They're expensive, but life is short. Get the good stuff. Especially when you stuff that you need to survive outdoors. Get the good stuff. Okay, we have a green light and a runner. All right. Here the path gets kind of narrow, but we still have plenty of room here. But what I'm going to do, something. I'm going to go across and change paths a little earlier than I usually do, because I intend to ride a tricycle up this way to get to Carmel to go busking. And there's a section of path up here really ain't suitable for tricycle, barely suitable for bicycle. That's the biggest road there. That's Meridian. So I don't want to be north of the canal until after I've crossed Meridian. And really not until after I've crossed Kessler, which is the next light up. The light after that is Central. And I think that the path is reasonable here. You know, I'm riding a tricycle, a runner or a bicyclist could reasonably pass me without getting off the path. And even if they had to get off the path, that wouldn't be dangerous. But get up east of Central Avenue and the path becomes really narrow with a curb for the street right on the right edge of the path and a rail on the left edge of the path. You gonna give me the right of way? Thank you. Never argue with the car when it comes to right of way. But if the driver's going to give you the right of way, that's nice. Okay, that was Kessler. And the next light up is Central. And I'm reasonably safe riding a tricycle on this path once I get comfortable with the tricycle. I'm reasonably safe riding a tricycle on this path all the way up to Central, I think. Yeah, it gets just a little dicey. No, that rail is not close to the path, and it's on the right side of the path, not the left. But up just at Central and east of Central, you may be able to see from the video. I can see it from here, but this is a fisheye lens, so you may not be able to see it yet. But the path narrows and it's curved on the right by the street and on the left by this rail here. Morning. So what I want to do is at this point go north. Now, it's safe for me to ride to the right because there's plenty of room for cars to pass me on my left. You're supposed to use 3 feet, a yard, 3 feet. Now let's see where I'm at. I get up to this stop sign here where I want to cross College. There's a light up here with a grocery store on the other side of it, and that's where I want to cross College. I want to cross College with a light. A 4-way stop here, and that's not it. I think it's at that next stop sign up there. I'm not even sure. Actually, I think there's a road in between here, but I think this stop sign does lead to a stoplight where I can cross safely. And I can safely jump up on the Monon from this street. All right. So one of my viewers busted me for running stop signs. Yeah, bicycles do that. And he said, now you don't need to be riding a trike on a path until you're comfortable with it. And he's right. But he's also not familiar with the part of the path that I was riding. All right. Now, hopefully this guy making a left turn won't get in a hurry and give me the right of way. Yep, he did. Okay. There's no access to the Monon from this street. So I'm going to have to drop back, because I don't think there's an access to the Monon for quite some distance up that way, but I think there is one block back that way. Matter of fact, I know there is. Or am I wrong? No, I can access the Monon from here. That's it right there. Okay. Bricks ice cream. Closed. Given the temperature. And that restaurant looks like it's gone. All right. Preambulator. A running preambulator. Preambulator for a runner. Preambulator means before walking. Or a tool for before walking. So what would the Latin word be for a pre-runulator? Oh, lots of traffic on the Monon this morning. And this is the bridge over the White River. Treated the surface against frost, which is nice. And this is why they keep the Monon so clean when it snows, because it just gets so much traffic. Another running preambulator. Monon. I don't know what I'm going over here. Oh, I guess what I was going over there was the canal, and this is the White River. Look at that. Isn't that nice? A nice little bit of scenery here along the canal. Or along the Monon, rather. Morning. Morning. Now my face is now fine, but my toes are cold. They'll warm up too. Okay. I like to ride through intersections on the throttle only. I don't know why, it just feels safer. Okay, we're down to 82% on the battery. I'm still in Indianapolis. This place is located on Carmel Drive. A nice little resting spot, which is roughly equivalent to 116th Street. And I just crossed 75th Street. Another thing about the battery, cold weather saps it. It doesn't last as long when it's cold. But I've got a theory, because there's a trailhead coming up on 96th Street, and on that trailhead there's a bathroom, and on that bathroom there's an electrical outlet, and if there's power to that electrical outlet, I may be able to juice up my bike. So I'm going to test that theory. Once I get to 96th Street, I reckon I'm somewhere in the 80s now. It's a long stretch. My butt's getting tired, I can use a break. Body's not tired, but my butt is. I'm surprised I haven't seen any other bicyclists. Of course, it's a lot colder weather to ride in than it is to run in. You're going much faster, so there's a greater wind chill. still, dedicated cyclists like me don't see why they wouldn't be riding. They can doll up. I did. Howdy. Interesting little access there. Lots of little neighborhood bridges that give the local neighborhoods access to the Monon, which used to be a rail line. Have access from their backyards on the Monon. There's another little neighborhood access. Looks like a maintenance access, actually. I think this is 86th or 82nd Street coming up, and this is the most dangerous crossing on the Monon between Indianapolis and Carmel. That's because I have to jog a ways and cross at a light, and the people at the light aren't really aware of the Monon Trail. This is a pretty heavily trafficked road up here. The Roost on the Monon. Yeah, that restaurant does good business because of the bicycle traffic. Or at least in fair weather it does. Okay, now here I gotta cross at this light. And well, you know, the light's with me. And then get back on the Monon this way. Monon Rail Trail. Rules of the Greenway. Trail hours dawn to dusk. What if I violated that rule on many occasions? Yeah, the trail needs a little maintenance along here. That was rough. Root damage. Looking forward to that 96th Street trailhead. And there's access to the trail from those apartments on that side, and the neighborhood access to the trail over here. Bicyclists know that there are stop signs, and then there are stop signs. And this is a stop sign. Thank you. it's because it's kind of a blind corner there. Cars coming through there sometimes screaming pretty fast. Don't see the trail till it's too late. Even though there's a light there that says, there's a trail here. Morning, folks. Man, batches of runners. And plenty of people with their doggies. That's a pretty big doggy there. Howdy. My first bicyclist of the whole day, I think. Yep. I wonder if it's an e-biker like me. Looks like, from the size of the tires. Oh yeah. That's a fat tire e-bike. Now, here is the 96th Street station, and I think that and I'm at 75%, so I'm pretty good. I really don't need to worry, but I want to test the theory anyway. That might be. Brrr! Oh, hello, crotch of my pants. So if there's power to that box there, then I should be able to juice my bike here. Point this down. Huh. I had the light on that entire time. I didn't realize that. I'd have shut it off because it uses more power than the camera does. Okay. Let's see here. Whew. My feet are cold. Okay. Plug the charger into bike. I'll set the charger over here. Now let's see if there's any power coming out there. See what I'm doing. There it is. There we go. Yep, there's power there. Look at that. Now I know if I'm on a long ride and I'm at this particular trailhead, I can stop here and juice. Okay, it's getting about time to head north. So, disconnect this from here first. And then from the bicycle. And we'll see how much juice that gave me. brought it up to 88%. That's not bad. Got 10% of the battery juice back in about 10 minutes. Alright. Up to 5. Camera's set the way I want it. And let's go. And under I-465. Oh, here we go. But that's not actually, I'm still inside Indianapolis. I think the Carmel city line is up around 100th Street or so, 102nd, somewhere around there. Nice little path that goes off into those neighborhoods there. All right. Snowy up here. And my feet are warm and my face is cold again. Stay out of those icy patches. There's some black ice there. Okay. Howdy. Gotta be careful. There is definitely black ice here. Not a lot of it, but you can see it on the trail. It looks like something might have treated the trail coming up this way. We've still got a little bit of snow built up right along here. Okay, now I'm definitely in Carmel. That's 111th Street up there. And there's a Carmel Park big one that I like to rehearse at and make guitar videos in. Hopefully I'll expand that this coming year. Do some more interesting videos. Bring the keyboard and guitar rig up here. You hear the brakes squeaking. That's why I'm taking this bike into the shop. Thank you. Congested area. Okay, so this is kind of a sports complex up here. We got an exercise, and there's actually exercise equipment inside that bridge. I don't think there's people in there exercising on that equipment right this very moment. They probably will be by the time I head back this way. And then there's a pool over there. And a large park that straddles the Monon. A big marsh right there. And trails that go through the park. Trail access into the park. So if I want, I can bring on a tricycle, I can bring my guitar up here and along with my camera equipment and set up and do videos. And start doing hybrid videos. Yeah. 116th Street. The place I'm going is a little north of that. And here's the tunnel under 116th Street. Too long, I'll pass Carmel City Hall. Good drainage off the sides here. Monon off both sides. And this bridge, I don't know what this bridge goes up over. It's a pretty good serious grade. I remember having to huff it when I was on my 21 speed, but with motor assist, pedal assist, this should be pretty easy. It'll slow me down a little bit, not much. 18 miles an hour. Okay, now there's Carmel Cyclery, but that's not the place I'm going. I remember before they put this bridge up, I had to cross this street on my bicycle. It's so much nicer with these bridges that they've added. Access to Carmel City Hall, which is right there. this street is. Wow. Some sort of a run going on here.
A little bit of 5K action.
All right. Now, let's see where I'm at. This is Elm Street. I wonder if I've already passed it. Oh! Well, let's check my phone. And see where I'm at in comparison to this place that I'm trying to get to. This is Carmel Drive here, so Future Villa should be somewhere nearby. And I bet it's right in here. That's Carmel Cyclery. Is Carmel Cyclery one and the same as Future Villa? .156 West Carmel. This is 230. Where's 156? Must be on the other side, done. It must be on the other side of that bridge there. But it's still on the north side of the street. So I was looking down here, it's Carmel Cyclery. Future Villa's got to be over there. Come on. Here we go. 200. So it's got to be on this side of the Monon. Yeah, it's over here. Future Villa. There we go. Electric bikes. I'll go to that door. Oh. Ooh. Ha. Morning. battery down to 70%. Real chilly, but I'll heat up soon enough. I'm also going to stop again at that 96th Street trailhead, use the restroom.